All right. Hello, everybody. Let me welcome Melissa Olthoff to Casey Ezel Writer Life. We are here with this beautifulness that's over here on my screen because everything's mirrored. This is welcome to the launch party for Fallout on Darsaana. Woo!
Yay! Woo!
Yeah. So if you can hear me, if you're in the chat, let me know. Leave a comment and welcome to the party. So, hey, Melissa, congratulations.
Katie made it. Yay!
Hi, Katie. Here. Hi, Katie. Hello. Charlie's
Hey, Charlie.
Here. Hello, Charlie.
Oh, it's awesome. A party. Okay. I love it.
It is a party. Yeah. Gotta love Katie made it. Girl, you're so busy.
Hey,
Jeremy. Jeremy's here. Hello, Jeremy. Welcome.
You guys are the best.
Yeah. So yes. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna talk about the book. We're gonna talk about you. We're gonna talk about the series, and we're gonna have some surprises.
Yes.
So without further ado, let me bring in two of the. I got you some presents. I did. Here they are.
Oh. Okay, one of those is a present. I'm not sure.
I am a gift, and you know.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, dude, Easy's here. Easy came to your live stream.
Hi, Easy. Yay!
Oh, yay! Katie bought her copy. That's awesome. Shut up, it's Marisa. She's mine.
I love you so much.
Anytime, Katie. Anytime.
Katie's staking her claim to Marisa. Yes. Yeah. So. Yes. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with this, Easy wouldn't miss it. He's so great. I love him.
Pretty great.
For those of you unfamiliar, Easy is my husband. He's in the comments too. But yes. So welcome Marisa Wolf and Nick Steverson. You guys know this book, right? Have you heard of this book before?
Yeah. I may have read it once or twice.
I saw the title online earlier.
Yeah. I thought it had 2 ends though. I didn't know it was 2 A's. I thought it was 2 ends.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Amazon does all.
Yeah. So that was a fun thing. Tell us about Amazon's. Speaking of shenanigans, tell us about Amazon's shenanigans today, Melissa. Because launch day, that's not stressful enough.
Right. It's like it's no big deal if you go and search Fallout on Darsaana and Amazon goes, no. Let me help. You meant Fallout on Darsaana with 2 N's and 1 A, and then my book does not show up at all. Nope. But Amazon, in its infinite wisdom, decided that Fallout on Olthoff will work.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That was special.
Right.
Like, okay,
so to speak. Okay.
Yeah. So pro tip, if you haven't gotten the book yet, we will leave a link in the comments and also in the description below, obviously. But also you can just search Fallout on Olthoff, which is super funny.
You just gotta laugh. You just gotta laugh at that crap.
Right.
I feel like Nick had something to do with this somehow.
Was this your idea, Nick?
I'm very sneaky.
Yeah. We are aware of this.
I'm the secret hacker.
Secret hacker. Are we all having beverages? What are we all beveraging? Is that a word? I don't know.
Beveraging. It's a word now. I have my mocha. Like anybody is shocked by this.
Right. Yeah. That's Melissa's standard poison of choice is mocha. Yeah. What do you got there, Marisa?
I have a 1911 Light Up the Night Black Cherry Hard Cider.
That sounds delicious.
Is it yummy?
It's so good that I came prepared. I have one in a can and one in a cup. That's matched my hair.
It does.
That's
I didn't even do it on purpose, but here we are.
Coordinated.
I love it.
Happened to pick up a can that's exactly the same color as your hair.
In my defense, Black Cherry Hard Cider sounds amazing. And also in my defense, you can't touch it, but Casey knows it has like a weird texture. I couldn't to take it.
I might have been there. When she picked it up at the wholesale club we went shopping earlier this week.
True. They should sponsor us, really.
So this is okay. So we are going to run a contest, guys, for my favorite comment of the night. I just decided this, and so far this one's the front runner. Amazon is helpful like an 18-month-old when you're trying to clean the house.
That checks
yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. 100%. 100%. That checks out. Yeah. So although
I think
here comes Jeremy.
Yeah.
Winning.
Yeah.
Thanks, husband.
All right. So the competition is hot for my favorite. Clearly, that's the case. I love also how every time I put a comment up, it goes right over Nick's face. Sorry about that, bro.
It's all good.
Let's see. We could do this. Let's see what that just brings us up.
Hi.
Turn porn.
Hi. Yeah.
I like it.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Nick, what are you beveraging? Or we didn't finish the beverage rounds.
Oh,
What
yeah.
are you beveraging, Nick?
I can even actually show it.
Ooh.
12-year Appleton.
Ooh.
It's this far down because you jerks made me drink that much on the last thing we all did together online.
What?
I will not do that again.
It was epic. I
was
fell on
that
the floor.
The aftermath of that was.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not
I
sorry.
was for 2 days.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, it was not good.
It was amazing.
I'm a little sorry.
That was a
What did
brand
we
new
call-
bottle when I opened it on that episode.
Yeah.
What did we what's the name of that series that we were doing
Last
for a while?
Call.
The
Last
call. CKP
Yeah.
last call. Yeah.
We need
We're
I'll,
bringing it back. It'll come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find a link to that episode and throw that also in the description. So I need someone to keep a list of things I need to link. Hey Jeremy, could you do that?
Thank you, Jeremy, for producing this. Homework for Jeremy. Love
Homework
you.
for Jeremy. Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about, well, first of all, let's talk about the salvage bunny, right? Where under the sun, we're only 7 minutes in, so I'm still, Jeremy's got me. You're the best. Much love, man.
Thank you.
Where under the sun did,
Hi, Ike.
tell us about Kaylee. Ike's here. Hello, Ike.
Hi.
Shenanigans.
What's up?
All the shenanigans.
Hey, Ike was on that episode.
He was.
He was. Last call episode.
That was an intense. That was maybe the high water mark. Yeah.
I feel like that's the last time Ike.
Drunk.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the last time Ike did anything with us on these podcasts. So
Yeah, he
My
has
favorite
since learned his lesson. So,
I blame Nick.
but for real though, like I'm trying to do my job. So listen,
Sorry.
who's Kaylee? What is she doing?
Okay. All right. So Kaylee is like if you took Dr. Daniel Jackson from Stargate and Evie from The Mummy and threw in some, a little bit of my bouncy happiness, and then you have Kaylee Jackson, who is a very big language geek and very much not a fighter when this whole thing starts, but she learns, she gets there, and she's gonna be my first love, right? She's the first character that I really developed, and I have a lot of fun writing her.
Yeah, she's a great character. She's got a very like real personality and voice. You know what I mean? Like it's when you post your snippets and I read them, I'm like, I don't even have to know that it's a Fallout on Darsaana snippet or a Nightfall Under Kiro snippet. I read it and I'm like, oh, cool, it's Kaylee. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love how you have her stumbling. Like this is book 3, and she's still stumbling the entire way, but it's in a believable, non-moronic kind of way. Like
it's new mistake.
New mistake.
Yeah.
She's just trying to figure all this crap out, and it's awesome the way you did it.
Yeah.
I like
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
so Nick,
really,
you're familiar with it. Go ahead, Melissa.
I was just gonna say she's literally a voice in my head, so that's kind of my secret. Like all of the voices in my head help out.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's a good feeling when they take on enough of a life of their own to kind of write their own story. So Nick, you are so Kaylee's story, the first book in the series is
Sunrise Over Shippo.
Sunrise Over Shippo. And this is actually set in Kevin Steverson's Salvage Title universe, correct?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And Nick, you also write in the Salvage Title universe, right?
A little bit.
A little.
Tiny bit.
So talk to me, the two of you, talk to me about like what that's like, both because you both have collaborated on a totally different series set in the same universe, and then you've each written your own individual series, and Fallout on Darsana, which I'll throw back up here just because it's so pretty.
So pretty.
Dawn did such a great job.
Yeah, no, it's gorgeous. This is the third book in Kaylee's series. So what's that like, right? Like how does that work for you guys?
You want to go ahead, Nick?
No, you go ahead. It's your book.
No, it's your book.
Okay.
It's your show.
All right.
Nick's just here to add context.
I'm just here for shenanigans. So
I'm the filler.
Yeah, we're getting to you, Nick.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure I want to think about you being the filler for anything, but okay.
Fair.
We're only 10 minutes in.
That's fair.
Yeah, man.
I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best.
Just gonna drink. Fine.
So I still remember when I first met Nick and Kevin at my first Fantasy, like 3 years ago now. And Chris Kennedy, I met him for the first time. He's like, hey, have you heard of Salvage Title Universe? And I'm like, no. And he's like, would you like to write a short story in it? And I'm like, yes. He's like, go meet the Steversons. They're outside on the patio. So I go and meet Kevin Steverson. He's amazing. I call him Space Dad. He's awesome. And then I meet this asshole. By the way, he's my best friend. But at the time, I just met him. He's like, that's great. Short stories. Where's the novel? I'm like,
you're like, bro, I just got here.
Yeah.
Dude,
5 minutes ago.
Give me time. So
I was
the
like,
best
me
part,
too. I just got here too. Come on.
yeah, the best part was that we start texting and everything. We start becoming friends, and then I'm like, I don't know, about 8 months later, I'm like, check your email or ask the question again. Where's the novel? I'm like, in your email, bitch.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was. There it was.
There it was. Yeah. So did you read it then, Nick? Were you the first to get to read it?
I read it. I think I started reading it that day. I did the read through on it. Just did the whole universe Bible thing to it, and it was great. I liked it and sent it back to her. I think it was like 2 days. I sent it back to her.
Oh yeah.
We froze.
Did we freeze? I didn't freeze.
We did for a second. We're back now.
Oh.
Yay. Welcome back.
But, no, working with Nick and working with Kevin and all the other Salvage authors is one of the best things about any shared universe, is getting to tie all that stuff together and get to bounce off ideas off each other, because we know like the flavor of the universe and what's going on. And that's one of the reasons Nick and I did our Hyena trilogy, was because it's just so much fun to co-write together and to develop those stories and those characters, right? That's Galactic Solutions.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Just a little higher.
Little Easter egg there for those of you who are familiar. So, all right. So Mark Stallings has joined us. He says, congrats.
Hey, Mark.
Mark.
Thank you.
And, my buddy Pablo John has joined us.
Hi.
For those of you guys who don't know, Pablo was the name of the helicopter my husband used to fly. Does it work like YouTube? I think so. We're kind of figuring it out ourselves. So Nick read the series. Nick has been your first reader for the series, is what I was trying to get at for this.
So Nick and the other Casey Moores.
Casey Moores, yeah.
The whole reason I started writing again in the first place is Boy Casey. He threw the whole like, hey, you want to read something for me? Hey, have you heard of NaNoWriMo? Hey, have you heard of CKP? It's Chris Kennedy Publishing. You should miss a story. I'm like, when? 2 weeks. Okay, cool. So Casey was my first writing mentor. Kevin Eichenberry, he's on the in the chat. He's also one of my main writing mentors, and I've learned just about everything I know from them. So Casey has read everything I've ever written. He's amazing. But Nick,
he's amazing.
Nick is also amazing. I mean, slightly less amazing, but
gotta keep him in his
I
place.
Can't be perfect any more than 23.6. I'm sorry.
Okay,
it's not a bad average, really. Yeah.
So Marisa, you've also read Fallout on Darsaana early, right?
I did, yes.
Oh, talk to us about that experience.
Did you? I feel like we got the email at the same time.
I read it first.
But I sent thoughts back first.
I read it first.
She did. She won.
You may have sent it back first. That's just because I was holding on to it longer and want to make you feel better about yourself.
Oh, sure. Well, my thoughts were also better because I goose honked. So
I don't know if that's something to feel good about as you goose honked.
You know, it's Melissa's new goal in all of her writing. So
it is totally my goal. Anytime I send Marisa something.
Marisa,
I think we need to hang on. She's already put it out.
No. You don't tell me to hang on. This is my show.
I want to hear
Marisa's
goose honk. I want to hear a demonstration.
Hey, if you shut your mouth long enough, I'm asking for the same thing. Let me run my show. What is a goose honk, Marisa?
A goose honk is what happens when you read Melissa's book and she makes a joke. You know what, Charlie? Expected better from no, I didn't. This is what I expected from you.
That's totally what I expected.
It was no, thank you, Ike. So it is, you know what? Fine. The internet can have this. You're welcome. So it's what happens when you read Melissa's book and something happens that is both funny and perfect. And then you have to go, you think you're going to laugh, but that's not the sound that emerges from your gut. It is instead something more like, ha! I'm just minding my business on the couch because I can't stop reading the book. And that sound just erupts from my body. I can't breathe. So I had to put it in the comments. She needed to know what happened. So.
Yeah.
She did. Yeah. So like when we get feedback from like our awesome readers that like, you know, are super great, like the first thing you do is you just go through and read the comments. And I got to Marisa's comment on the goose honk and I fell out of my chair. There was no staying in my chair. I was on the floor.
Nothing. Yeah.
And my dog is like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "I'm fine."
The goose honk happened. I believe we said Melissa threw down a challenge for folks that if readers can figure out what part of the book made me goose honk, Melissa, I believe there is a prize involved for the first person to figure it out.
Signed copy. I will ship you or hand you, if you're at a convention that we're at, a signed copy of Fallout if you can figure out which part made her goose honk. But I probably will also like hand out like badge ribbons or something if you guess incorrectly.
Just
hand us
goose honk. It just needs to say goose honk. That's all it needs to say.
Or just honk. Yeah, just honk. So how do you want to do this then? Do you want them to comment if they figure it out on this video? Do you want them to get in touch with you? Do you want them to come see you at a convention? How do you
all of the above? But if you just comment, like I'll throw up a post on my Facebook page. And if you figure it out, you know, comments, and I mean, the funniest guest will probably also win something.
That seems fair. Yeah.
Awesome.
Like crying.
I would like to know. So Katie said, "Yes, talk to us, Marisa, with your sexy voice and hair." I don't think that lasted through the goose honk, though. That was pre goose honk. Post goose honk, there is no sexy. There is only the goose.
Here it is. Yes, talk to us, Marisa, with your sexy voice and hair.
That was definitely pre honking,
right?
By the way, Katie's back in the top spot for my favorite comment with this one right here.
That was pretty great.
Oh no, not that one. Sorry, the one that I left up forever. The one where she said I could take Nick out.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Yeah.
Take me out to lunch.
Well, here we go.
We'll see how well that works out for you. Pamela John, who would know, right? Says call signs nicknames can be a tricky thing. I personally flew with dudes named Princess, Monkey Boy, Jethro et al. I know Princess. Princess taught me to fly the Mi-17. So many dumb nicknames. Yeah. So like Goose and Honk both fit that.
Well, Goose is
not
already out there. Yeah, we can't have Goose.
Nope.
Yeah.
Because that's from that movie about fighter weenies.
Nope. We're not doing that one.
I was trying to shorten it. It's Goose Honk.
Yeah, I think it's just Goose Honk.
Wow.
Yeah.
So to Katie's
I love you.
I was going to talk about the book, which is freaking awesome. So this book. So Melissa has this super fun progressing tagline for her books, which are Melissa.
So Sunrise Over Shippo was what would you do to save your home? Nightfall on Kiros is what would you sacrifice to save your friends? And then this one was how far would you go to save yourself?
Yeah.
So this freaking book shows us how far Kaylee will go to save herself. And you get things that will make you laugh out loud, maybe goose honk if you're lucky. You will find things that will make you tear up because that happened twice to me. And then you will read a scene that is so 19 minutes in, fucking good. Thank you. It is so fucking good. You actually will have to close your Kindle or your computer or the book and just like breathe for a minute, because how the fuck did she do that? I don't know. But like, you were in it with Kaylee and it is so good. And yes, there's another book, and goddamn, you're welcome, because it's so good. You're not going to want to stop reading about Kaylee. But shit goes down for Kaylee, and she, like Nick said, she stumbles, and it's in the most believable, progressing sort of way. It is such a good book.
So you you mentioned something, and I want to call some attention to it. You said there's going to be another book. Melissa, confirm or deny?
So funny story. We all learn, right? As we're still learning. We're always going to be learning. And I commented in our CKP group chat that, damn, this book is just not ending. Like, it just kept getting longer and longer. And our publisher, in his infinite wisdom and possibly exasperation, was like, are you sure it's not 2 books? And I'm like, shit. It's 2 books.
Yeah.
So this is a 4-book trilogy. You're welcome. It's a thing. It's totally a thing. So there will be another one. I will probably make that one my NaNoWriMo project for this year.
Very cool. That is awesome. That is awesome. So
yeah, that the way you've set it up too, that 4th book's gonna be off the chain.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah.
I'm not biased about it at all either.
Do you feel like a little bit of like, oh, that's my, not ownership, but like, do you feel like a connection to the story, Nick, just because you've seen it since the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, everything in Salvage, I think, especially between me and Melissa, I feel that way because her storyline doesn't necessarily merge with mine, but it's all in the same universe and we're all working towards the same thing. But yeah, I've watched Melissa and her stories since the very beginning, since she started. And we kind of started together. Like, I had a couple things out already, but we were just as new as the other one. And I just wrote stupid fast in the beginning. But that's it's cool. It's
Overlord.
It's fun. It's fun because it's just, I don't feel ownership, like you just said. It's just it's really cool watching the progression, and we both progress really fast in a really short amount of time because we have great mentors, you and Marisa and Ike and Chris and my old man Kevin,
Casey.
We
from all
sort of glossed over that. Nick Steverson. So Kevin Steverson is Melissa's space dad, but he's Nick Steverson's literal dad.
Right.
So if you weren't aware, that's the connection there. Oh, this is a good comment too. 4 = 3. Bunny math.
Right.
It's fine. I'm an accountant. It's fine.
So there's like boy math and girl math. This is author math, right?
Yeah. How many books in a trilogy? We'll find out.
5.
Yeah.
Right? 5.
There might be 5.
It's a soft trilogy. It's not a hard trilogy.
Yeah. It's the opposite of the holy hand grenade.
It could be 8 books. I mean,
we'll get there when we get there. 5 is right in.
Yeah, one of my favorite like author and AuthorTube influencers here on YouTube is Sarah Cannon, and her original trilogy, the Shadow Demons series, or the Demons of Peachville High trilogy, is now going on book 12. So it is now the Shadow Demons saga, and it's quite good. So but yeah,
Saga does have a nice ring to it.
Right. Yeah, it's not limited to this group. Is my point. So
that's what happened to Hyenas. It was supposed to be 3 books, and now it's
all of them.
8,
all
9.
of them. Yeah.
I hear ideas for like book 17. I don't know.
Right? Yeah, that's a lot. That'd be cool though, right? And well, and there is something to be said about when you get to know the character, like you want to keep hanging out with them. They become like your friends, right? Both as the writer and especially as the reader. Yeah. So, Charlie votes for more hyenas. More hyenas.
It's gonna happen.
I wonder if Maddie and Kaylee will ever cross paths. I've never even asked you that before.
Oh, interesting.
Really. It's almost like I have 500 words already written in a short story where like I pulled
Ace.
all of the girl characters from all of our salvage stories.
Nice.
Ladies' Night Out. I mean, come on.
That's
It's gonna
awesome.
happen. We just need another anthology, Space Dad.
Nice.
Nick's kid posing as his wife now has my favorite comment because look at those dinosaurs.
That's pretty cute.
Hi, Ace.
Turtles and dinosaurs.
Turtles and dinosaurs.
Perfect.
Also, we're swearing, so sorry, Nick.
Trust me, you ain't gonna say nothing they ain't heard from me.
Fair enough. Just had to hear it from you from the horse's mouth, as it were.
You just called me fat.
I called you a horse. Yeah.
She called you a jackass.
She was like a horse's ass.
A jackass. I would have preferred that. They're small.
They're dainty.
You know what? I had a question, and you guys like distracted me. Oh, I know what it was. Okay,
that's so hard.
Without spoilers, give us like a one-liner, not necessarily quoting, but talking about like what was the piece of Fallout on Darsaana that like either got you or made you goose honk or just really sticks in your brain, like that made you go oh, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like give me, for this question is obviously for Nick and Marisa, but then I want to hear what Melissa has to say on a similar related subject. So.
Marisa, go first.
Like none of us are panicking, I swear. Pop quiz.
I'm not. No, there are a bunch, but I don't want to give spoilers, right? So I'm not going to tell you about the goose honk moment. That is for people got to guess.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, good.
Yeah,
call.
but there was an attempt at a date at which I yelled at my computer screen and therefore Melissa from afar. Because of how it went down.
She was mad at me. She was so mad.
I was like, you know what? No.
I think I text her at that point, and I'm like, "Is this really how this goes? Is there?"
This is what we're doing. Okay, this is what we're doing.
Like, okay.
To be fair,
well
I actually
played,
wrote
madam.
out that whole scene. I wrote out that whole scene, and then I sent it to Nick and Marisa so they could read what should have happened to poor Kaylee.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm glad you wanted that too. Cheers, because
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I did. I'm like, oh, poor Kaylee. I'm so mean to her.
So Pablo John says attempt, and if I can presume to answer for you, Marisa, I'm pretty sure she said what she said.
I said what I said. Yeah. You will see with your own eyeballs when you have the pleasure to read the book.
Read
your
the book,
balls.
yeah.
I don't know how it goes.
Your balls.
Your balls. Yeah.
Hi, Seth.
Wow, too many jokes. I cannot choose one. Hey, Seth.
What's up, man?
They're of my 5 most favorite authors. Oh, yeah. Here are 4 of your 5 most favorite authors. Yeah, Seth is I think has a typo. So either that or he's drinking Mountain Lightning, which
we don't do math here. It's fine.
Could be doing. Yeah, that's right. It's good to see you, Seth. I'm glad you came.
Yeah.
How about you, Nick? What about what without spoilers? Give us a little something that
mine's kind of selfish. So obviously we talked about I write in the same universe, right? And I've been waiting for this to happen for a long time. And she's already posted the snippet.
Mm-hmm.
It's the interaction between Kaylee and Emperor DeCall. And it was so well done. She
awesome.
got his mannerisms, the air about him, everything. She nailed it. And
yeah,
it was great. It was really cool to see somebody write my character as well or better than me. It was awesome.
Not better.
That's such a good feeling, though. Like it really makes you feel like seen and your characters are understood. I love that.
Yeah,
because you obviously created him well enough that she could pick him up and do that.
Yeah,
and she with Kaylee in there, it was the setting was perfect. The way she set it up was perfect. Kaylee's reaction was perfect. The whole thing was great.
And spoiler alert, it's not the reaction that Casey and I have been joking about online. We're not shipping. There is no romantic tension between Kaylee and DeCall for reals, but that picture
you cannot. I wish I had that picture because I would flash it up on the screen right now. You cannot deny, though, that image totally made it look like Emperor DeCall is whispering some suggestive, suggestions.
I mean, once
Kaylee's
you said it, but until you
now
said
I can't unsee it. I cannot unsee it.
Damn it, Charlie.
It took me to get that picture.
No burn.
Yeah, Charlie's next because this is pretty great. Yeah.
No burn.
Not in that kind of way, Charlie.
Not like that. Not like that. So
Can we take a moment to talk about how awesome Charlie is? BT does.
Yeah.
Charlie is amazing.
Yes.
Charlie is amazing. Yeah.
I listened to
Yeah,
her Phoenix Initiative story the other day. It was really good.
So good.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I also have it on good authority that she just finished her first novel. So
yes, she did.
I saw that.
Round of applause for Charlie.
Rockstar.
So while this show is about Melissa, we can take a minute and applaud one of our favorite people.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Heck yes, absolutely.
We know you are, but what are we?
Shows your face.
I know.
And there's Nick.
And there's Nick.
I was almost very sticky. Okay.
What he said?
No.
That's what he said.
So,
okay. I have
Back
the
to
answer to why Seth's math was so bad. He just left El Patron, which is where you get the like 84-ounce margaritas.
Big margarita,
yeah.
Nice.
I checked out.
Cool. So we talked a lot about Sunrise Over Shippo. We didn't talk at all about Nightfall Under Kuros. So Nightfall Under Kuros, he said, is what will Kaylee do to save her friends, right? Mm-hmm. And then Fallout on Darsaana, which came out yesterday, is how far will Kaylee go to save herself? Mm-hmm. Why that progression? What inspired that sort of?
You need to talk journey about how you realized this, because we were talking to each other when that happened.
Oh, I've forgotten. Could you tell the story?
Well, maybe you need to tell the story.
Maybe
Nick.
Nick
How did Melissa realize this?
Make her work for it, or that way. Make her work for it.
Wow.
No, what kind of evil twin?
She doesn't
are
remember.
You?
The evil one. That's how it works.
It clearly didn't mean as much to her as it meant to you. So.
I guess not.
So all right. Something you need to understand about me, I'm not a super big plotter. I have the capability, but I'm more of a chaotic note taker, and I will just randomly write shit down as the characters talk to me, random snippets. And when I wrote Sunrise, I'm like, well, that's what the story is about. It's about Kaylee figuring out how far she's going to go to save her home, because she feels responsible for it being in danger in the first place. And it kind of was her fault in a pretty big way. So the second one is just a little bit, but she made up for it. I am not a pantser. I'm more of a in between. I do need.
Planter.
I'm a planter.
Chaotic note taker.
Chaotic note taker.
I like that. I like that term too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just realized this ring light's doing a thing. I don't know. Anyway.
You're fine.
Sorry.
We're fine.
The UFO it's fine.
Distracting. Yeah. So
only to you,
sweetheart. So I cut you off. Please continue. You were saying that.
So for the second one, when I was figuring out what I wanted that story to be, it kind of just came about that this is Kaylee figuring out all right, she's starting to figure out her place in the Mercs. She's starting to figure out how to be a fighter. And part of that came with finding her family, her friends, and figuring out how far she'd go to save them when they're in danger, and potentially sacrificing herself. She made some pretty permanent choices towards the end, and Fallout on Darsaana is her dealing essentially with the fallout from those choices, and how far she would go to save herself is really, when you think about it, you would do a lot to save your friends, a lot, but with yourself, when you got to think of the bigger picture, it's well, maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll have to see what Kaylee said though towards the end. But Nick, you have to tell me what I said, because I don't remember.
I can't do it without, I don't think I can do it without spoiling something. So we were talking about a specific element in this book, and somebody pointing out to her something she didn't think about with what she's been trying to do through this entire series. You remember? Yeah, I can't do it because
there
it
it
gives
is.
away a major thing. It gives away too much. I can't tell you.
Text it to me. Text it. We have these things.
I don't have your phone number. What's your number? Just say it over this. I'll write it down.
Nice.
Wow.
Please don't do that.
I'll see if I can figure it out without spoilers because Nick is being himself.
He's trying to be
Well,
helpful. I respect this. Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing his best. I mean, he's doing his best. So the can you say yet what the theme of book 4 will be? What will Kaylee do? Or do you know?
So the fourth one, the unplanned fourth one, it actually works out pretty well because while I could have tied everything up in Fallout, it would have been rushed, right? Like I would have run out of room. There was things I wouldn't have been able to do. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh crap. Like if I do a fourth book, now I have room for all the things. Yes. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, oh, would you risk all of it? Everything, your home, your friends, yourself to do the right thing? So that's the theme for the fourth book.
That's so good.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, I love it.
Oh man. That's that's like the big damn hero arc, right? Like, would I risk it all for
that's awesome.
To do what's right. That's great. I
Okay.
cannot wait. I cannot wait. So real quick, again, just because I think that oops, I did it again. Ah, shit. There it is.
Things are happening.
We are talking about Fallout on Darsaana. It is out. I know I started quoting Britney Spears. Sorry about that. We are talking about Fallout on Darsaana. It is live and kicking right now. You can go to your favorite online bookseller and find it there. You can also get there via chriskennedypublishing.com or I assume your website too, melissaolthoff.com or .net, right? Or no, just .net.
.net, yes. And I actually thank you for the reminder. I need to update the website with the link.
I was just about to say, I bet you ain't even updated that thing.
No, I have not.
Day.
Yeah, it's been one day, Nick.
Look. I just put privateers on my website 2 days ago, so I can it's only been 6 months.
I mean,
here you are.
Hear me do it.
Yeah, here you are throwing shade.
Of course.
That's what he does.
That is what you do. That is what you do. So are we going to see more than 4 books from Kaylee?
I am definitely not ready to let go of these characters. I have so much fun with them that I know how book 4 ends, right? Because I'd had that ending planned for Fallout, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to take that, move it over here.
Right.
So I have the last scene and the last lines already written, and then it just followed. I know exactly how to start book 5.
Oh shit!
That is awesome.
I love this.
That is awesome.
Book 5 will be in a different series.
It will be. It will.
Yeah,
so,
sure, for sure.
Got it.
So the first 4 books will conclude Kaylee's overall, character arc and that storyline. Right. So then after that, like all the main development is done, right? Kind of like what Nick and I did with Hyenas. We did the main character arcs with them. Now we can just have fun with those characters, and that's what I intend to do with Kaylee.
Just tell their stories, tell their
just
adventures.
Have fun.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. Charlie, I don't know what this was referring to, but she was like, "Oh my goodness."
Charlie, explain, Charlie.
Yeah. Give us some context. So, we have been talking now for not quite 40 minutes. So I would love to answer, or actually have Melissa answer any questions that anybody in the chat has. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and throw them in there. In the meantime, we'll just look expectantly at Nick and require him to entertain us with some of his standard shenanigans. So ready? Go, Nick.
Charlie's answer, Nick's lack of website updating.
Hey. I'm not supposed to go to my website. Y'all are. So it's your job to go to my website and then tell me when it's screwed up. And then I'm like, okay, I'll get to it in a few days. Just like Reggie, any good technician gets to it when they can. I'm just saying.
Solid effort.
Wow.
Solid.
That
Sorry.
was
Yeah.
okay. That
Yeah.
was medium.
It was medium.
Yeah,
I worked
nice.
with what I had.
There's medium.
It was
can-
medium.
We can help John convince his wife to read Dragon Riders of Pern, which she
Ooh,
absolutely should.
Yeah.
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 I still
Pablo
haven't
John
read
says he's still trying to get his wife to read Dragon Riders of Pern. One of her coworkers is trying to read Fourth Wing, so I told my wife to just start with the woman who started it all. That is
right.
very excellent advice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
McCaffrey is amazing.
What is Fourth Wing?
So
It's a
it's
dragon
like,
book.
yeah, it's a like
Romanticy.
romanticy dragon book. It's very popular. It came out on like or not came out, but it was it hit like Book Talk, and a lot of people were talking about it on Book Talk, and so it kind of went viral on that, and a lot of people have really enjoyed that story, right? Because I think there's something about
Ooh.
yes, Marisa, did you have a question?
Well, I was going to say, so I think one of the things that got it so popular, they did all of these really like special editions. So they had like these spray painted edges with dragons on it. But what that made me think, so earlier, I don't know if she's still here, but Katie Cross was in the chat. And Katie Cross is doing this baller Kickstarter right now to do an amazingly gorgeous version of her amazingly gorgeous book. And you guys should totally check it out. And Jeremy, maybe make a note for a link there.
Absolutely.
But like talk about gorgeous sprayed edges and cool shit. Like she's doing all the things if they hit the stretch goals. So you guys should totally check it out.
Yeah, you absolutely should. And yeah, I'll again, because producer Jeremy's hooking me up. He will provide me with a list, and I'll make sure that there's a link to her Kickstarter. It's like 90% funded, you guys.
Yeah, in like
2
a day.
days.
Yeah,
crazy. So I mean, yeah, not 2 days, in 1 day, because this is day 2 right now.
Yeah,
yeah. So you know, if you're into like beautiful books that are also works of art on the inside and on the outside.
Inside and outside,
that is something that you should check out. Thanks, Jeremy. What I was gonna mention was one of the things that I have not read Fourth Wing, but from what I understand, one of the things that I think or that I understand has made it very popular is that much like with the Pern books, there's like a bonding element to what they do. And there's a little bit of that going on in Fallout and Darsaana as well. So I don't know. I don't think we want to get too spoilery, but you should definitely, like, if that's your jam, if you like reading stories about, you know, beings having a bond with other beings, then this is definitely something that you should check out for sure. For sure. We do have a couple of questions. Came through for me. Seth wants to know, so we'll have Melissa answer this, and then if Nick and Marisa want to take a stab at it after that, you guys can feel free to do that. But how many different stories are swirling around in your head at one time?
Oh, yeah. Lots. So I try and be good, right? I try and focus like on whatever I need to work on. And sometimes like I'll be working on like 2 novels or like a novel and a couple short stories like I have in the past couple months and juggle between a few different projects. And sometimes it's helpful because sometimes one voice is louder than the others. Sometimes it's about deadlines. But if I need to focus on something, I try and just like do my chaotic note taking and get the other voices out of my head and focus. But it's usually like at least 3 active stories swirling around in my brain. It gets a little crowded.
Yeah. Nick or Marisa, either of you guys want to weigh in?
And pretty much got 3 like steady stories in my head at any given time, but honestly, I'm behind the 8 ball right now. I've got 5 novels I got to turn out by the end of the year, so I got a lot.
Should you be on this live stream?
Absolutely. Melissa's posting Melissa's books.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
This is exactly where you belong. And I hate it when people are like, shouldn't you be writing? It's like, well, shouldn't you be going?
Shouldn't you be fucking off?
Work? Yeah.
Don't be mean.
Yeah. So I have Marisa, you were gonna answer.
Sure. My answer is yes. How many?
Yes.
Yes.
That many. Yeah, sure. That many, all of them.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same for me too. If you guys were curious about that, Melissa and Marisa know because I often reach out to them via our, we have a group chat with several of the ladies of CKP, and I often reach out because
you got your own chat that we're in.
So many chats.
All the chats.
I know there's so many chats.
So
we have talked about adding you to that
but
chat.
I guess not.
But occasionally I'll be like, oh my God, you guys. And like, I'll, type out with my thumbs, like the premise of a story. And I do that fairly frequently. And then that story's in there until I get it out.
Okay.
And yeah. So yes, the answer is a lot, Seth, a lot. Charlie says, I don't think this is a question, but I'm going to treat it like one. I subscribe to your newsletter. What more do you want? Buy our books.
Reviews. We love reviews.
Reviews, yeah.
Nice reviews.
I have to say, Charlie does all the things. I can't really complain about it.
He does. It was just a good opportunity.
Now, Travis could step the hell up. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Travis, your wife is outshining you, man.
Seriously. God.
And to which his answer is, we can discuss it later.
Hey, come on, we'll go. It's down the road, bud. It's down the road.
Liberty Con.
That's not the Red Bar. Red Bar's down here where I'm at.
Yeah. Oh. But let me agree, and Charlie agrees too. Reviews, good God. Like if you like something, please at least rate it.
Yeah.
Like that 4 or 5 stars. And if you don't like it, that's cool. Keep it to yourself. But like,
or email us, right?
Yeah. I mean, yes, you can tell us like privately. But
dude, I think the reviews that are up on it right now are great. I read them. I read them today. They're all great. They're all accurate too.
Awesome.
Nice.
Pablo John says, this is a pretty standard question, but what sci-fi novels have influenced the salvage title universe? First, I've heard of it, but I'm going to check it out. Nice. So I'm going to edit your question slightly, John, because Nick and Melissa are both writing in the salvage title universe, which is a shared world universe created by Nick's dad, Kevin Steverson. So he's not here to say what inspired the overall universe, but I'll have them answer which movies or novels have influenced their individual series within the universe. So hopefully that's okay.
I mean, I kind of already said it before with like what inspired Kaylee's character, but I mean, Stargate, I loved the interaction those characters had on that show. I mean, I grew up watching that with my dad. Man, I read all the like Anne McCaffrey and Mercedes Lackey and just all those old school stories. I love them so much, and they've definitely influenced everything I write.
Yeah. How about you, Nick?
So I can partially answer for the old man.
Okay, great. Yeah, please do.
He was big into Star Trek, big into Star Wars. All the old sci-fi where it was not so complicated back then. It was more based on fun and outside the box thinking, and that was a lot of what inspired. He's been, I would say, 20 years. He's been trying to work on something to get a book out, and then Salvage Title came along, and he threw it out there. And there's a lot of that influence on it, Mm-hmm. I'm not much different. He had me watching the same stuff. But if you read my books, there's a big fantasy influence on it. Mm-hmm. So I tried to, for me, it was a mix of both. I wanted the best of both worlds, and that's what I tried to give in my trilogy, and that's why we have space dragons.
Yeah. Who say naughty things to Kaylee and
no.
Images.
No. It's not the kind of book.
Okay. All right. I mean, obviously, it's all about me. But no, seriously, y'all, you need to check out Nick's trilogy because I was all the fucking smug because I got to read Consequences first, and Consequences was the third one. I got to read it before his dad got to read it.
Yep.
It was so good. And there was that one part where I actually had to stop reading and message Nick and be like, you rat bastard. How could you do that?
I know what you're talking about because it's the one thing you try to slip into everything, and I did it and destroyed it.
Nice. You did. And what do I sneak into everything, y'all? Romance. And he ripped my heart out and he stomped on it. It was so good.
It was so awesome.
That's awesome. So there were tears.
Yeah. Marisa, you have not written in the Salvage universe, correct?
Short
I've
story.
done short stories. Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
3.
Any
Good
influences
short
there?
stories. Yeah.
In my 3 short stories, it was more. I mean, I am also like Nick, a second generation nerd. So I was raised on Star Wars and Star Trek and Stargate and all the good things in life. I think for mine, it was who wrote that Pirate Hunter? It was a little bit. I think it was like the Ship Who books from Anne McCaffrey.
That was Anne McCaffrey.
No, I know, but like it was more of like the Ship Who books, like when they were doing things out in the universe and like tracking things down. It was a little bit of that, probably. Just the big,
Very cool. Very cool.
big one.
I have a book in the Salvage universe.
Yeah, you
Salvage
do.
Mother
Yeah, you do.
that
Yeah.
I wrote with Kevin Severson. And I'm trying to think what inspired that one. That one, so I heard someone say once that, and I don't remember why, and don't ask me about the science and how they justified this comment, but I heard someone say once that there are parallels between flying spacecraft and flying helicopters, because flying in space isn't exactly like flying in an atmospheric condition. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to write some flying scenes in space using like helicopter-y stuff. Nice. And it kind of grew out of that. So
awesome story.
It's super cool. Yeah.
Thank you. Good book. I read it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
I have to read everything.
Seth, yeah, you do.
We do. We really do.
It's very impressive.
Seth says, who's your favorite CKP authors who are not currently on the live stream, and why would we love them as well?
Oh, damn.
So, okay, I'm also going to eliminate Kevin Severson from this conversation because we've all been talking about how awesome the Salvage universe is. So other than the 4 of us and Kevin Severson, who are your favorite CKP authors, and why would everyone else love them as well?
Yeah.
So, and again, we'll start with Melissa because it's her show.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say the obvious choice, which is Chris Kennedy himself. I'm gonna go with Ike, Kevin Eikenberry. Stole him. because all right. So at MarsCon back in January, he read a chapter from his upcoming book. It's from Atheon, not from CKP.
Right.
But it's very much a Kevin Eikenberry book, right? Like he just grabs you, and then you just sit there going, oh God, what's going to happen? Because he read that whole first chapter to us. And apparently my face said lots of things because I was so like,
I could hear it.
Like, what's going to happen? And he's amazing. I love reading anything Ike writes.
Yeah.
Nick, you go next.
So she said Ike. I'll go on, and this is actually an honest answer. Paul Piot.
God damn it! That's my second choice. I hate you both.
Reggie quoted and spit out Abner Fortis lines in book 2 for a freaking reason.
Right?
Yeah, the Abner Fortis series is top notch. You guys really love it.
You would not like it.
So
Fuck.
good. And
it is
Paul writes
classic
80,000 word, super concise, like streamlined stories where you get everything you want out of it.
Yeah.
And he leaves you wanting more. And the next book does the same goddamn thing to you, you know?
Yeah.
So really I'm waiting for his next one to come out on audio so I can read it or listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely recommend checking out the Abner Fortis
series. It's so good.
Again,
first book is
Jeremy
Cherry Drop.
Put that on. Yeah, Cherry Drop is the first book. Jeremy put that on the list, and we'll put that on the in the comments. Marisa.
Okay, so these 2, I'm going to say 2 because they took my first 2, but these are not in order. So they're all really great. So Diane Reed is fucking amazing. You want like some epic scope, but like there's action, there's character development, there's great dialogue. Like she has got it on lock. Read her shaman books. Oh my God, they're so good. So she's amazing. And then small bias, but also true answer, apparently, because Nick thinks we're lying. But another true answer is William Allen Webb.
Yes.
Jackass. Writes so well and is always undercutting himself. Always. He's so humble and kind and wonderful and like mentoring new authors. And he's so fucking good.
He's a good dude, too.
He's a good
Yeah.
dude.
He is.
He's a good writer. He's a good dude. So all of his books are good. Go check them all out. He's got his own stuff. He's got stuff with CKP. He's all over the place.
If you're up at confinement, go see him.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
right
he's
out,
there
right?
this weekend.
Yeah.
So
if
the
you're
old
at
man,
confinement,
him and the
go
old
by
man
his
are
book.
all up at confinement.
And Oz,
Yeah.
John Osborne.
And Oz.
Oz,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Who was
Another
also
another fantastic
another
CKP
amazing
author.
author.
I know. Yeah,
Right?
stop
The
stealing my
Malaysian
thunder, guys.
Accords. Shit.
So good. Such good urban
Nick,
fantasy.
shut up. You had your
Read-
turn.
Yeah,
So-
read. That's okay. I got two. Everyone can have two. Oz is also awesome. Fucking awesome. Go read the Malaysian Accords. So for William Allen Webb, I will suggest either reading he's got his own stuff that is like this alternate universe, military sci-fi, alt history stuff. But then also in CKP, previously in CKP, and now also his own stuff is Hit World. First book is The Trash Man, and it is. Talk about chaotic note taking. It is chaotic urban fantasy. Like you think you're getting like just
amazing.
Who else has books coming out in that universe?
he's got
Marisa.
Who else? Who else?
and Melissa.
I would just
Oh,
like
yeah.
to point out that Jeremy is not yelling at Nick for whispering into the microphone the way that Jeremy always yells at me for whispering into the microphone.
Now I'm whispering.
I hate ASMR so much, you guys. Go read The Trash Man. It's really good urban fantasy. The end.
Yeah. So, oh my God, there's this whole like helicopter conversation happening.
I
now
got
in the
really
chat.
stressed. I got really stressed, you guys.
Marisa
here.
and William Allen
Yeah.
Webb have The Spider coming out on the 16th.
Hello,
16th?
Kara
Yes.
Brown.
You too. That's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you should read that too
Yeah.
in 2 weeks.
Kara's a YouTube friend of
Hi.
mine. I
Nice.
guess that's a thing.
Hello,
But yeah,
YouTube
she's
friends.
awesome.
Friends.
Yeah,
Really
she's
fun.
awesome. She writes books and does live streams and stuff too. So
Nice.
glad you made it.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he does. John, Bill Webb does have a ton of stuff on Amazon. He
does.
also has some really good like nonfiction stuff.
He does. Yeah.
About
Killing
World War
Hitler's
II.
Reich. I own the friggin'
Yeah.
hard copy. It's been signed. I've listened to the audio. It's 300,000 words of pure friggin' awesome. The Battle for
Yeah.
Austria. Go get it.
Yeah.
It's great.
He's
Super
so
good.
good.
Super good.
Yeah.
I also want to answer this question. So you guys took a lot of my favorites, but I would like to point out two more. I was gonna say Oz, but then Nick stomped all
That's
over
how
that
he does.
because
Yeah,
he's
That's what he
a
does.
dick.
Yeah.
But also, Mark Wandry,
Yes.
creator of the Four Horsemen universe. Mark Wandry and
NBG,
Chris Kennedy
90
together.
books.
90
Big
books.
deal.
Yeah.
No.
If you like fast-paced, shared world, military science fiction, definitely check that out. You will love it. Most people do. But then also Joe Boone and
Yeah.
her combined service series with the leadoff book being the Magnetar. Excellent series. Very fun. Kind of a different take on sci. Not really a different take on sci-fi, but it's not. I don't know. It's
awesome.
not your standard mill sci-fi, right? It's very character driven. It's very cool. Travis Cox says murder hobo.
Nice.
Yeah, Mark Wandry has a very impressive beard. It's Joe Boone with an O-J-O Boone, John, and it's that's her pen name. She's a female. But yeah, the combined service. The first book is the Magnetar. Jeremy's gonna please and thank you put that on this list. I'll link those below. Also, we didn't really, this has mostly been a sci-fi focused discussion because Fallout on Darsaana is a sci-fi book. Ta-da! Since we talked about Oz and the Malaysian Accords, which is urban fantasy, I'd also like to bring up Trisha Woolridge.
Yes.
She's
27
amazing.
Kingdoms series. Speaking of dragons, if dragons are your jam,
Princess.
you're gonna like this one, because this is the story in which the princess must rescue the dragon. So
So good.
yeah,
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good.
it is so good. It is so
Y'all,
good.
if you
Straight
can't,
from their heads.
if you can't tell from everything we said, like CKP, Chris has like
Yeah.
gathered a awesome
Yeah.
stable of authors.
Yeah.
You really can't go wrong. We can't say everybody, but everybody is awesome. Like everybody has
Well,
their own strengths, and
That
Yeah.
was such a good question.
yeah.
David
Also,
David
David
Allen
Jones
Jones.
is pretty cool.
David
Jones!
Hey,
Welcome.
David. Speaking of awesome CKT authors.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Yeah, so we were talking about the salvage title universe or the salvage universe and how it's a shared world. So I think at least one of the audience members is definitely planning on checking that out. So
David,
so you've got a lot of really good things ahead of you. Really good things.
So many good books.
All right, so it's been an hour.
Oh,
yes, Marisa, go ahead.
I was just gonna make a quick note for John. He's been pumping up No Game for Nights in the chat. So first of all, fuck yes, Noir Fatal and No Game for Nights. Also, there's third, but he said there should be more of these things in the world, and I hope you know, but maybe you don't. There is a third one, and it is Down These Mean Streets.
Yes.
Also brought to you by the fabulous Casey Azell and Larry Correa. So
yeah. So that is also available wherever books are sold. Down These Mean Streets is the third book in the Noir trilogy. Thank you, Marisa.
Well, I'm also saying it so I can reinforce. No, John, I do not like ASMR. Unnote your note. Unnote. Go read my Noir and unnote your note.
No, Nick, bad, Nick.
I swear to
God. Oh, Carol says, thanks for streaming. I enjoy lurking with fellow writers. Hell yeah, girl.
Hey.
Yeah.
Lurking.
Ooh, I should have you on. You want to come on sometime? We'll just chit chat and talk about shit like we're doing here. So
I love it.
We'll talk later. Yeah, shenanigans. Okay, so it has officially been an hour. So let's talk saved rounds. Last thing that you want people to know, and Melissa, you don't get to go this time. Nick, what do you want people to know about Fallout on Darsaana?
It's great. I mean, seriously, it's
very
got great character.
Are you a writer?
The character sometimes
mouth words are different than finger words.
Yeah, no shit.
They are. Mouth words are different. That's fair.
Look, Kaylee's a regular chick who got pulled into some bullshit that she wasn't prepared for, and right now all she's trying to do is keep floating so she doesn't drown.
That's what I wanted. Yes.
And if you want somebody who's doing everything they can and struggling the entire way in a believable sense, this is for you.
Awesome. Marisa, go ahead.
I liked it so much that even though I read it in like 2 days and was on a really tight deadline, I read it again as soon as I was done.
Awesome. Yes. Thanks, Julie. Thanks for weighing in. We love you.
They're great. The conversations are awesome.
Melissa, okay, now you can go. What do you want people to know about Fallout on Darsaana? Last round.
Words?
Mouth words.
So hard. All right, so if you like a story that has a lot of action and heart and like bantering between the characters that feel real, that you want to root for and you want them to succeed, but oh my God, I put them through so much shit, this is the story for you.
Yes.
Awesome. Here's what I want you to know, everyone, about Fallout on Darsaana. It is available now, right now. So you can go right now from this live stream over to Amazon, search for Fallout on Olthoff, because as we discussed, Amazon kind of messed up their autocorrect tended to send you somewhere else, but fucking save rounds, oh my God. And but yes, go right now over to Amazon, go to chriskennedypublishing.com, get yourself a copy of Fallout on Darsaana. And if you need to check out, or if you need to catch up, check out Sunrise Over Shippo and Nightfall Under Kyros first, because you want to see the whole story, right? Like you want to find out what will Kaylee do. All right, read my book.
People are being great in here.
This chat is amazing. Okay. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much to my guests for joining me on my triumphant return to long form YouTube live streaming. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us in the chat and all of your shenanigans and bullshittery over there. I love it. You guys are great.
Awesome.
Go check out Fallout on Darsaana. Again, big thank you to producer Jeremy for keeping a list for me so that I can make sure that the appropriate links get posted. We will
pause.
Yeah. Yes.
Go like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, so you can hang out.
Oh, that would be cool too. Yeah, I would love that.
If you don't want to start off at the ass end of this shit, go get
never go aftermath. Never go aftermath.
Go get Sunrise Over Shippo, okay?
I said that. I said it, Nick. I fucking did.
Fuck you did.
You just don't listen. You don't
Okay,
listen.
bye. We love you. Bye.
Your words don't work.
Love you guys.
You didn't
For
fucking
real,
say
I
that.
really do want to end it. You have to click this thing like 4 times.
Oh my god.
Okay, bye.